Hello everyone, Sash here, and today I'm bringing you my updated Sky Striker deck profile for the current format. We just got a new ban list, and Engage 1 to 2 and Multi-Roll 1 to 3. Now, Engage to 2 was kind of expected, especially because there was that pseudo leak in the policy documents where the example had 2 engages. And I mean, I've been suspecting it for a while because, I mean, it's at 2 in the Master Duel, it's at 2 in the OCG, and Skies aren't really doing much here in the TCG, especially because of Bystials. Always going to be prevalent if this deck gets super good. But I mean, other than that, multi-roll to 3 was very unexpected, but we will absolutely take it. I do think this deck is leagues better than what it was, and I think it's very viable now, but we are going to have to see how the meta shapes up. I want to say at the highest, it'll probably be like tier 1.5, so like high tier 2, low tier 1, but it's absolutely a tier 2 deck at the minimum. So, starting off, let's just hop right into the deck. Also, I want to point out very quickly, before I get too far, the deck is going to be a little ordered weird, where I'm going to have hand traps and stuff last. I'll explain that later. But I guess the general gist is going to be first, I'm going to show you all the cards that I think are going to stick throughout the format. Um, and then for the hand traps and some other cards, it's kind of like, we don't know what the format is going to be yet, so we don't know what we're going to play. And for now, this is just what we're going with. So, hopefully that makes sense. We'll get to that more later. So to start off, 3 copies of Ray and 1 copy of Rose. This is just very standard. I don't think this is going to be changing. Moving on to spells, 3 copies of Linkage and 3 copies of Woodwinker for our 3 ofs. Linkage is basically just Ray on steroids, because you can do it over and over and over. It allows you no decay, it allows you follow up, and everything. Woodwinker is also just insane. It's a built-in negate, built-in yoink, everything. Moving on, 2 copies of Engage. Finally, we can activate Engage, draw into an Engage, activate Engage, draw. Kagari, Engage, draw. It's you get 3 pot of greeds per turn, and you're guaranteeing 3 of the cards that you're guaranteeing. It's insane. And now you can also get more follow up, because you aren't, once you've activated 1 Engage, you're not scared to just insta reset it off multi-roll, because you can just insta reset it off multi-roll and you have follow up second Engage. So it's more follow up immediately, which is bonkers, and it can also just absolutely spiral. Continuing on, 2 copies of multi-roll. I'm kind of iffy about this. I don't know if I want it at 1 or 2, but it's very nice to have 2, because it's like the cosmic one. Okay, I'll bring out the second one. I was lucky enough, I have 2 more first edition secrets on the way. I was lucky enough to consciously realize when the ban list dropped, immediately, because I saw it immediately, oh crap, I need to buy 2 of these before they skyrocket. So I bought 2 of these for $6, and then now I believe they're $25 a copy for first edition secrets at time of recording, which is, I got lucky. 2 copies of Afterburners. We're going second, so more board breaking cards helps. 1 copy of Shark Cannon, just for graveyard control. Just 1 is fine. We might play a second one in the future, or it might be in the side, but for now, I think 1 is all you need. 1 copy of Hornet Drones, just an extra copy of Ray. 1 copy of Area Zero. A lot of builds have been cutting this. I think with 2 Engage and 2 multi-roll, this is absolutely mandatory to play at 1. There's no debate of, oh, do we play Area Zero or not? We play Area Zero now. And to finish off, our honorary Sky Striker spell is going to be Reinforcement of the Army. But I also don't think Terraforming is necessary. I think just the 1 Area Zero is fine. If you really want to play Terraforming, I guess you can. Moving on, another honorary Sky Striker card, 3 copies of Triple Tactics Thrust. This card is bonkers, it's insane, it's everything. It's 3 more copies of Engage and everything else that you want and love. If you can't afford it, very understandable. I got a good deal on mine. I got them for $155 because we sell 80% at locals, but probably cut 2 for 2 more copies of Triple Tactics Talent, and then cut 1 for an evenly matched. It's probably going to be the best that you will do. You don't need them. They're not a need. I went 3-1 at the new format without these because I got these right after our locals, but I mean, I think if you can run them, absolutely run them. Maybe the only debate with these, because there's the 1 copy of Talent, maybe the one debate with that is you play 2 Thrust, 2 Talent, but at the same time, it's kind of like, you want to see Thrust. You don't really want to see talent all the time. So it depends. It depends. This ratio will probably change through testing. We'll find out more as the format goes on. More board breaking cards, 2 droplets, 2 lightning storms. Weird that this went to 2, but kind of understandable. I was only playing 2 in the first place. 1 dark hole and 1 copy of evenly matched. You only need 1 because of thrust. If you don't have thrust, you run 2, so that's why. Dark hole is just another board wipe, and then if something gets summoned to your field, it's a nice way to out it. So, and then droplet is very good now that cash is not gonna be the most represented deck. Most likely, it's probably gonna be branded or sprite realistically. But I don't quite know what the prices are for cash. If cash actually stays decently low, it might be more represented because branded is very expensive. But I mean, we'll see. I think, like, my main reason for running Droplet is I really don't want to get hit by a Sanctifier summoning Gimmick Puppet. Which is honestly the other reason why it's like I kind of want to play 2 Shark Cannon, but it feels more win-more because I'm running hand traps and stuff to stop it, and I have these, I have Shark Cannons, and I also have Bells, which I'll show in a little bit. But yeah, that's it for what is definitely staying. Now, for everything that can definitely change, these are the hand traps I'm running right now. 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Infinite Impermanence, 2 Ghost Bells, and 2 Kaijus. Should these be Gamma Seals? Absolutely. Do I have Gamma Seals? No. So I'm running Raidens. Ghost Bell is, again, just a Sanctifier hit. Also, in case Bystials are kind of prevalent, to kind of protect your Ray for return. I don't know. It's a little whack, but I like it. It's been working very well for me. Maybe it could go up for Ogre if branded isn't a problem at your locals, but in my place we have 1 Kashtira and 4 brandeds, and it's like, alright, yeah, no, that matchup sucks. So we're running Ghost Bell because we don't want to get locked. And then Ash and Imperm, I mean, very standard when you don't know what the format's going to be. Same with Kaijus. Kaijus are just always good. But yeah, that is it for the main deck. Moving on, we're going into the extra deck. Extra deck's going to be very fast, very self-explanatory. 3 copies of Shizuku. Wow. 3 copies of Kagari. Wow. 3 copies of Hayate. Wow. 1 copy of Kaina. Wow. 2 copies of Zeke. Wow. I'm pretty sure this is just not going to change anytime soon. When the new links start coming out, maybe Hayate will go down or Zeke will go down, but this is just standard. Don't try and cut it for any whack stuff. You want all the resources you have. Now, 1 copy of Dark and 1 copy of Access Code to round off our links, I think. Maybe you could fit in an Ningirsu. I personally just don't think it's necessary. And now, for 90% of y'all, the last card here is going to be a Divine Arsenal AA Zeus. Why? Because Kashtira is the best deck, and Sprite is probably the 3rd best deck behind Branded, in my opinion. So, what you do is, you main deck this, you're facing those, and you yoink an Xyz and you attack and you make Zeus. Simple. However, that is in my side deck because I'm main decking a copy of Mirror Jade. Why do I main deck Mirror Jade? Because it's funny. Also, because I hate branded, and my locals is all branded, so I want to make sure I have it. It has 2 uses. First off, if you can summon back one of their Fallen Evolbazes, you can discard and fuse. That's not really used that much. That's more of, okay, I'm short 3,000 damage, and they have a monster in the field, and I have a Shark Cannon. I'm like, oh, okay. I fuse this, and I attack. Now, a more applicable use that I use more is if I Shark Cannon back one of their Mirror Jades, or if I Troll Tactics it, and it hasn't used its effect yet, right? I can use its effect pitching this copy from my extra deck to banish a card. So, you know, it's kind of weird, but I've been finding success with it, so that's why I run it. Tokens and field centers, and moving on to the side deck. Obviously, side deck is going to change depending on your locals and how the format evolves, but I think this is just going to be solid enough for now. 3 Drolls, 2 Nibirs, 1 Zeus. That's it for the monsters. Moving on to spells, 3 Cosmics, 3 copies of Book of Moon, and then for traps, 3 copies of Dimensional Barrier. I think this is solid. I might start messing around with ratios with maybe Book of Moon to 2, D-Barrier to 2, and maybe add in 2 Tikaboo, but I've been finding that I really don't want to go first, because Kashtira, if they think I'm going to go first, they're going to side in back row removal and kill me. Because I can activate D-Barrier calling Xyz, and they're like, okay, cool. Summon Unicorn, summon Fenrir, summon Ogre, summon the Tier Element one, summon Rise Heart, if they want to. And it's like, okay, well, 11,000 damage, 12,000 damage game, yeah. So you don't really want to go first. You want to go second against Kashtira because you have like a lot of ways to out their boards. And if they make you go first, if you think so, maybe side these in. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoy, like and subscribe. But I'm never gonna force you to do anything. I think this deck is gonna be very good. It's gonna be very fun to play. And yeah, 2 copies of Engage, baby. Have a great day. Bye bye.